let's have a little talk about building infrastructure, building your garden, building your homestead, whether it be traditional homesteading, a traditional garden, or an aquaponics system, or a hydroponic system. Aquaponic system is actually a traditional system. It's been used for thousands of years. I mean, it's been practiced for thousands of years, so it's nothing new, you know. But let's talk about taking your time. Let's talk about not rushing when you're building to be self-sustainable. As you notice, I don't rush. I don't rush to build anything. When I'm building anything, and I don't rush when I'm growing anything. I'm hearing content creators telling everybody, rush, grow, rush, grow. You must plant this season. And everything has to be done this season. Everything has to go in the ground this season. Everything has to go in the pot this season. And what people are doing is they're overtaxing themselves because they're listening to the sheep herd. They're overtaxing themselves when they should be stepping back, meditating, taking a deep breath, doing some critical thinking and saying, hey, what do I want to do? What type of system do I want? How do I want to build my infrastructure? How am I going to finance this? People don't talk about financing enough when I'm looking at content creators when it comes to gardening, homesteading, farms. They don't talk about the money it takes to do this stuff and to build the way you want to build. And a lot of times people quit gardening, homesteading, farming, aquaponics, hydroponics, whatever you want to call it, because they run out of financial resources and they don't have a plan. They don't have a plan because they're rushing, putting all these seeds and so forth. They don't have a plan how they're going to go forward once all this food grows. How am I going to maintain this food? How am I going to store this food? Do I have the right space to store the food? Do I have the right equipment to preserve the food? As you can see, these two stands are done. And that's what I'm going to do today. Because I take my time. I'm not in a hurry. This is a journey. This is not a race. Stuff costs money. It takes time. It comes from a vision. Then I have to put it on paper to see if I can even do it. These DIY projects. So people, quit rushing. Take your time. When you're gardening, when you're homesteading, when you're farming, when you're looking for land, take your time. Is it the right time for me to buy land? Do I have the finances to buy land? Do I have the finances to put all the infrastructure in for the land? A lot of people are doomed before they even start because they don't do any critical thinking, they don't do any financial planning, and they don't put things down on paper, and that's why they fail. These pots stands look awesome. So tomorrow, I'm going to finish these pots out, build siphons, automatic drain. Then I'm going to put two of the trees in here, and I'm going to put hydrogen clay in here, and these two will be done, planted, and that pot has to be done next. I ran out of materials, so I have to go order more materials to make the stand for that one, and on to the next. This is supposed to be an enjoyable journey, not one of stress. You shouldn't be stressed out when you're growing food. You shouldn't be stressed out when you're homesteading. You shouldn't be stressed out when you're doing DIY solar, aquaponics, or you're raising livestock, chickens, fish, rabbits, quail, cows. It should be an enjoyable process. It shouldn't be a burden. When it becomes a burden, then you're the problem. Until next time, DIY solar, DIY aquaponics, DIY prepping. Just grow some food. Nobody's coming to save us. Beautiful day. Take your time. Take your time.